President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday held a meeting with the leadership from the Ukambani region, what they are calling the Lower Eastern. That meeting was attended by Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the head of the delegation. Kalonzo Musyoka is the Wiper leader. Governor Charity Ngilu of Kitui was present. Alfred Mutua of Machakos was present. There were several elected leaders, religious leaders, and opinion leaders. The governor for Makwiny, Professor Kevotha Kebwana, did not attend the meeting. Of course, you understand that Kebwana underwent some operation, so maybe that's why he missed that event. But I also noted that none of the Deputy President William Ruto's allies from the larger Ukambani region attended the meeting. Either they were called and missed, or they were never invited to attend the meeting. So in this video today, I want us to look at the objectives of that meeting, because I personally believe that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Last week, there were calls during the burial of Kalembe Ndile. There were calls for Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga to work together. On this platform, I've always opined that President Uhuru Kenyatta was actually working on a strategy of bringing together all the NASA principles so that one of them can be supported for the presidency. And I've always openly stated here that the person the president wants to be the presidential candidate is actually Raila Odinga, deputized by Kalonzo Musyoka. So this meeting is significant. But before you go into all those details, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, let me make this passionate appeal to you guys. Just a request. Please give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can promote it. And yesterday, Monday, was a black day in this country. We lost Chris Kiribwe. We lost Florence Alodo, and we also lost Jacoyo Mediwo. Personally, the death of Jacoyo Mediwo shocked me. Jacoyo Mediwo left a permanent mark on me. For those who've been following this channel, I think in one instance or two, I have always narrated to you guys how I suffered confidence issues. I've always explained that I used to have a huge keloid here. The person who sponsored my operation and was willing to take me to India for that operation was Jacoyo. Maybe I need to do a video in remembrance of Jacoyo. But he left a permanent mark. I really suffered. You know, when you were born around 2013, I had a small mark here. Then I was involved in some accident. I think when you were leaving for a job, just opposite airport, our vehicle rolled. We were not really injured, but I think a glass cut somewhere here. You can see the mark is somewhere here. I can feel it. Then we were taken to hospital. Then the guy who stitched here, there was one stitch, decided to operate on a small mark which was here. At Aga Khan. I still remember the name of that doctor. He was called Dr. Costa. Then after some time, it grew. Again, I went for another operation. It grew. So by the time Jacoyo was taking me for operation, actually, he invited me and a friend to his office. When we went there, we discussed whatever took us there. Then when we were leaving, he told me to remain behind. Jaco told me something, that Lee, you see this thing which is growing, by that time it had actually grown from somewhere here to here. You can see it was very big. This thing killed my mom. It just started kimchezo mchezo. So I want you to look for a hospital. He asked me what I'd tried. I told him I've tried several operations, but every time I go for an operation, it was increasing. So he advised me to look, just go online, look for the best hospital in India to deal with this. Luckily, a friend had also referred me to another doctor. So Jacoyo helped me. It's a permanent mark in my life. That's why I'm actually able to speak with you guys. Without Jacoyo, personally, I don't think I'll be able to have the confidence to speak. Between 2013, maybe 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, even the photos I was taking, I was always hiding the keloid. It was huge for those who saw me those times. But that's life. May his soul rest in peace. Now, I was saying that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. President Uhuru Kenyatta meeting with Ukambani leadership at a time of a possible alliance between Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga is significant. It can't just be a meeting. Charity Ngilu, in her speech during the burial there, was very clear that she's going to craft a formula to ensure the two guys work together. If you listened to the speech by Alfred Mutua at that same event, he was also very clear that there is need to respect Raila Odinga and there is need to respect Kalonzo Musyoka. I'm sure there are talks to bring Kalonzo and Raila together. So the question is, why was this meeting held? I have 4 reasons. The first reason is that the president is actually responding to the calls from the Ukambani leaders about development projects in the area. The people and the leadership from Ukambani cannot sell the handshake. They cannot sell President Uhuru Kenyatta. They cannot sell Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka's ticket minus the handshake. The other truth is that Raila Odinga has secured several development projects for his people in Kisumu, in Nyanza, and at the coast. What do you expect the people of Ukambani region to sell to their people? The benefit of this handshake. Do you want to tell them that the president appointed Kalonzo Musyoka as a special envoy for South Sudan? There must be tangible development projects. So this is why they met the president. And of course, President Uhuru Kenyatta would also want a situation where he leaves a legacy project in Ukambani. So the meeting about development projects are actually mutual. I'm suspecting that in the next few weeks, we are going to see President Uhuru Kenyatta commissioning several development projects in Ukambani. Because I was not part of this meeting, let me just read for you the update from that meeting. The president is saying something here which is significant. The head of state pointed out that by working with the leaders from across the political divide, he has managed to deliver more projects during his second term in office because he was able to focus more on development.
How wonderful it is, to see my brother Stephen being flanked by Chap Chap and Nak. It's beautiful. Huh? Because I will assure you, there is no way a country can move forward if leaders are not together. I have done much more than I was able to do even in my first term. Why? because I have been able to focus myself, working in conjunction with my colleagues, and being able to focus on the development agenda, not the political agenda.
Basically, the president is suggesting that after the handshake, and because he's working with several other leaders, he has actually been able to deliver more projects than the first term. The second objective of this meeting, in my considered opinion, is to rally the support for the handshake. And just like I was trying to explain, the people of Ukambani, through Kalonzo Musyoka, embraced the handshake. But their mamas, their issues they are talking, they are talking certain issues in low tones. And their leadership is listening. And whatever they're talking is going to affect the handshake. So basically, this meeting was about rallying the Ukambani leadership behind the handshake. Let us wait and see what's going to happen next. I'm foreseeing a situation also where there's a chance that a cabinet reshuffle might take place. And someone from Ukambani might actually be appointed to the cabinet. The third objective, which I actually think is the main objective, was the issue of Raila Kalonzo alliance. The truth of the matter is that for Raila Odinga to succeed in 2022, he must have his NASA principles, even with the support of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The first step is to reach out to Kalonzo Musyoka. Why? Because Kalonzo Musyoka has that solid 2 million plus supporters already in Ukambani. President Uhuru Kenyatta understands this, that for him to stop his deputy, the NASA principles must work together. So Kalonzo and Raila must first of all work together. I'm sure that President Uhuru Kenyatta explained to these people why Raila Kalonzo alliance is actually the best, regardless of who is going to be the presidential candidate. Number 3 is about the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. Again, let me read for you something which is very important, very, very important, which the president said. The president emphasized that the whole essence of Building Bridges Initiative was to bring the country together and consolidate national unity. So basically, assuming the BBI was dead, then there was no way the president was going to talk about it, which means the president still has hopes on BBI. He's continuing. The president expressed optimism that the Building Bridges Initiative will ensure inclusivity and equal distribution of resources across the country. BBI will ensure inclusivity and equity. It will make every Kenyan feel they belong.
We are not here, sijui chap anakuja hapa kulia, sijui Wiper wamefanya nini, na hako hapa kusema sijui hawa, mko hapa kwa sababu ya maendeleo ya wananchi wa region ya Ukambani. Na ndipo tulikuwa tunasukuma BBI. BBI sio ya kutafutia mtu kiti. BBI ilikuwa kuhakikisha ya kwamba every part of this country.
The president told the leaders. So it means, based on that alone, that the Building Bridges Initiative process is still on. It's still active. Personally, I thought that court ruling marked the end. But from President Uhuru Kenyatta's statement, it means there is still hope for the BBI. And lastly, which is normally the norm, is that this meeting is probably organized to finalize President Uhuru Kenyatta's visit to the Ukambani region. I don't know the last time the president visited Ukambani region for development tours. But anytime you see President Uhuru Kenyatta holding a meeting with regional leaders, then expect the president to visit those regions. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be very clear whether the president is going to visit Ukambani. And that visit to Ukambani is actually also going to tell us what to expect in 2022. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Again, if you're watching the channel for the first time, take a second or two and click subscribe button. And to the subscribers, I want to thank you guys for your continued support. May you have a good day.